68 drivers entered this competition on what feels like a lifetime ago. Now, only 4 remain in the Diecast Wars, the first Wars. We have had 8 groups, loads of qualifiers, 1 quarterfinal, 1 semi-final, all leading up to this moment. The grand final of the first Diecast Wars. All 4 drivers all deserve the title, but there can only be one. Let's crack on with the first grand final eliminator. So the first grand final eliminator is between Matthew Harding and Benny Carlson. What a lineup we have to decide who goes through first into the first, Diecast Wars grand final. And here we go, both drivers have fought their asses off to get here. Well, Matthew Harding out in front with a brilliant jump, and Benny Carlson comes off. It's a speed boost there for Matthew Harding. It's 1-0. I can't wait to see who's going to be in the grand final, who's going to be in the bronze final. So Matthew Harding 1-0 up. He had a hard route. The semi-finals, he nearly bottled it, but he managed to get through. Over the jump round the corner. Benny Carlson trying to get round, and it's going to be a yellow flag there for Matthew Harding, causing an obstruction. More than likely, then again, may not be. Dan Harmon had a similar situation. It could have gone either way, and there's no yellow flag this time. Daniel Harmon could be protesting this. That's not a good sign. Ooh, the judges need to really be getting there. Well, Jess has now resumed judges' duty now that she's out. It's a shame she didn't make it to the grand final, but like I said, tough competition. Benny Carlson beating Jess, of course, in the semi-finals to get his place here in the grand final. Gets around Matthew Harding, and it's going to be 1-1. As I said, just 4 drivers remain. Only 1 is walking away as a winner in today's episode. And who's it going to be? I can't call it. Anyway, Benny Carlson coming third in the last series at the last ever series at Warside, I should say. And he's made it through to a grand final again, but Matthew Harding goes 2-1 up. Remember, Matthew Harding at Warside, he was the original champion. He wants to go all the way again, and it's looking like he could do. It's 1-1. I thought it was 2-2. No, it's 1-1. In the grand final eliminator, is it still the best, first to win 3 races? Benny Carlson now makes it 2-1. It's the finals where we up that for more action, more carnage, more mayhem, more everything. Anyway, 2-1 to Benny Carlson. All Benny Carlson's got to do is cross the line and he'll be in the grand final. All Matthew Harding's got to do is cross the line twice and he'll be in the grand final. Matthew Harding out in front. Benny Carlson gets round, and it's going to go the way of the Swede. The Swedish guy is through. Look at this. Round the Kiwi, and then creeping it across the line. He advances through to the grand final. But there's still one more eliminator to go through yet. It's Eric Z in the Ford GT40 for Mexico versus Carl Goodjohn in the Lotus Esprit for England. Remember, I've said every episode he's been in, he said, and I quote, "I don't think the Lotus is going to do well." Well, he's in the grand final eliminator, and he's gone 1-0 up in the grand final eliminator. Carl Goodjohn, remember, knocked out Chris Lowley, who was on, at the time, the maximum amount of points he can earn. He's not no more, and he's now, he's just 2 legs away. Anyway, Eric Z out in front, getting round the Lotus, and it's 1-1. Both of these drivers very, very talented across the community. The question is, who's going to go through who's going to the bronze final, and who's going through to the main final? As you can tell, it's all unscripted because I'm fluffing my lines. It's the grand final, and I'm already fluffing my lines. Over the jump now for the Lotus Esprit. Carl Goodjohn keeping his eyes on the prize. He makes it 2-1. I'm not going to get that far. Well, I bet he's wishing he never said that to me now. Because, Carl, you're in the grand final eliminator, and you're 1 leg away from making it through to the grand final. Over the jump, Eric Z out in front. Carl Goodjohn trailing. It's 2-2. All these drivers have both got to do now is cross the line, and they'll be in the grand final going up against Benny Carlson. Remember, the loser of this match then goes up against Matthew Harding for an attempt to get the bronze medal, trophy, medal, whatever you want, medal or trophy, but it's bronze. Carl Goodjohn with a better start over the jump, around the corner. Eric Z struggling to get past Carl, nearly losing it, and he makes it 3-2, and he advances through to the grand final of the first Wars, and Eric Z goes to play for the bronze. We're going to start, obviously, things off with the bronze final. Eric Z in the Ford GT40, Matthew Harding in the Custom Auto. Unlucky on both of these drivers. Like I said, all these drivers deserve to win. However, it is the first to cross the line 5 times in our finals. So, away we go with a long race. Matthew Harding. Oh, that's a dangerous cripe out from Matthew Harding. Look at this. Twang, bang, bomb. That was, I'm pretty sure the safety car has been deployed on that one, and he has. And I think it's the first time the safety car has had to be deployed this series. For lethal crashes such as that, the safety car will go down to make sure everything goes okay. So yeah, as you can see, the safety car getting ready to go down. Here we go, and they're both underway. The safety car making sure that Eric Z gets a good start there. Away he goes, it's 1-0. Look at this. Out in front, beautifully done, makes it 1-0. Now, there is more points at stake here. The bronze place winner will get an additional 15 bonus points on the ranking system compared to their usual name. Now, Matthew Harding there blocking the entire path, but both drivers cross the line, and in the scenario of this event written in the rulebook, it is the person who got obstructed. If they still cross the line, they get the win. So Matthew Harding did cross the line first, but the yellow flag is out, meaning that Eric Z picks up the leg win from that obstruction. Matthew Harding has had the most yellow flags, I believe, this tournament, along with Benny Carlson. But I think with that yellow flag, Matthew Harding has now taken the most yellow. But then again, Benny Carlson's still in the tournament as well. So as it stands, Matthew Harding has had the most yellow flags. Eric Z goes 3-0 up, and he's in a very comfortable position here. So he'll get 3 points for the win if he wins. He'll get obviously all his legs, so it'll be 5 points for every leg when he wins that, so it'll be 8. So in addition to his 15, it will be overall 23 points. Matthew Harding brings it back. He's got 1 on the board now at long last. I think Matthew Harding is feeling the pressure. Eric Z, the Mexican Minister of Defense, taking place of Checo from Formula 1. But then there's rumour has it that the F1 All-Star team have made their way to the channel. Could Checo Perez be appearing at some point? Well, we'll soon find out. Well, Eric Z makes it 4-1, and he's in a very, very comfortable position. But Matthew Harding has come down from such a big loss before, and then went on. It's how he got his way into the grand final, beating Glenn Harding, who went 2-0 down and brought it back to 3-2 in the semi-finals. However, he's now in. He's going to be in the garages, and Eric Z goes down the track by himself. All he's got to do is cross the line over the jump, around the corner. There's a bit of a speed boost. It's 5-1. And Eric Z will be your 3rd place winner. Matthew Harding only picking up any points he gets from his legs. That's hard luck there on Matthew Harding. But congratulations to Eric Z. Now, the event we've all been waiting for. To decide our first ever champion, it's Benny Carlson versus Carl Goodjohn. These two have met each other before in the Warside Series 5 finale, where Benny Carlson unfortunately tied with Alex Grant. Alex Grant knocked him out in a decider race, and then Alex Grant was tied for points with Carl Goodjohn, and then unfortunately Carl Goodjohn knocked him out and became the Series 5 champion when we were Warside. But now we are the Diecast Wars, and Sharky goes 1-0 up against Benny Carlson. That Cadillac slowed. Has the Cadillac got mechanical issues? Has it wore out? Over the jump for Carl. Benny Carlson out in front, and it's 1-1. Both of these boys deserve to be champions. They fought hard. They fought tough competition. But only these two remain in the competition. But who's it going to be? Clear in my throat. Carl Goodjohn with a better start. Over the jump. Benny trying to get round. Slam of the door there from Carl. It's 2-1. Look at this. The Lotus proving. Technically speaking, if Sharky was to win this, he's won 2 tournaments back to back, and we've never had that happen. However, because it's not technically the same channel, but it is, we're not classing it as back to backs. So what a speed boost there from Carl. Look at that, around the corner. Benny, I think he got his tyre stuck. It's 3-1. Looking very comfortable now as Carl. And like I said earlier, he came into this competition saying that he didn't think his Lotus was still up for the task. Well, he's around the corner and he's across the line. It's 4-1. Carl was 1 point away from winning the first wars. Benny is 4, and it still could go either way. Here we go. Potentially the last lap of the first wars. Who's it going to be? And we're off. Carl with a better start. Over the jump. He's neck and neck. He slams. He's a pass. And it's going to England and Carl Goodjohn in the Lotus Esprit. Lotus, Carl Goodjohn, Sharky will be the first Wars champion. Oh, what an amazing win there for Lotus and Carl Goodjohn. However, the tournament comes to an end, so now it's time to all rise for the national anthem of England. And with that comes to a close the first wars of the Diecast Wars. A massive congratulations to Carl Goodjohn. Commiserations to Benny Carlson and Eric Z. You will get your chance, boys. Don't you worry. I'm pretty sure we've not seen the last of you on this channel. But I don't know if you can hear me over the crowds, but that does mean that it is time to bring this tournament to a close. A massive thank you to everyone who has watched this entire series. And we are officially back good and proper. We have had so much fun making this tournament that the spark has been brought back to life for all of us. 68 people started in this tournament and only one could be crowned the champion. And what a champion it was. But that is all we have time for. Remember, we do have new episodes each Monday and Friday. We are going to be back on Monday with the first episode of our first side event, which has 8 manufacturers going up against each other with 2 cars from each for 16 competitors. And that is Battle of the Brands. That's our first of the side events. We're going to have 2 side events between now and the second wars. Are you going to be in that event? Well, there's only one way to find out. Make sure you have your notification bell on, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and make sure you're back for Diecast Wars Battle of the Brands. I can't wait for that one.